cardiovascular system functions. So the cardiovascular system maintains homeostasis, just like every system in your body, and it does that by transporting oxygen and carbon dioxide, nutrients, which means glucose, amino acids, stuff like that, waste, and this isn't the waste like the stuff you poop out. This is nitrogenous waste that you get from all of your cells. And then hormones. And lastly, you don't think of this much, but heat. Heat can actually get transported around the body too. And so we're going to look at each of those. Let's look at carbon dioxide and oxygen. I like this picture better than the one I had shown you in an earlier video. So the body, this is showing you blood vessels from the brain and the shoulders. This is showing you blood vessels from everything below the heart. So the deoxygenated blood comes back to the heart, and it's deoxygenated, should be dark red, but anyway, it's deoxygenated because it's all the body cells have used the oxygen. And so it comes down here from the right atrium to the right ventricle, goes out to the lungs. So the blood vessel splits, so you've got a pulmonary artery here and a pulmonary artery here, goes to the lungs where it gets oxygen, goes to the lungs where it gets oxygen, then comes back here. And so it comes back to the to the left atrium with oxygen in it, and then to the left ventricle, and then it goes out the aorta, goes to the rest of the body, and again comes back again. So one thing to notice here is that it's a closed system. You always have the blood vessels connecting to other blood vessels. There's never just an empty space where there's blood. And just notice that there's deoxygenated and oxygenated sides. So the oxygen is the opposite of carbon dioxide. So when this is deoxygenated, it does have carbon dioxide. This side has oxygen, but not so much carbon dioxide. So they're opposites. So transporting oxygen and CO2. If you look at your lungs, here's the trachea coming right from the mouth. That's the tube that is toward the front. If you touch your neck, it's the bumpy thing on your neck. Anyway, it branches off, and then it branches again, and it branches, and it keeps on branching. Here's one lung, and here's the left lung, and the heart's found right in between. These keep branching and branching and branching to smaller, teeny little branches till finally you get to this little branch here, and you end up in these air sacs. And so the air sacs are these little tiny sacs, and they've got just a little bit of epithelial tissue here, and they have blood vessels all around them. These things are called alveoli, just one of them as an alveolus. Inside, inside those is air. So you've got air in here that came from out here, traveled inside to the alveoli. And these things are blood vessels. Inside the blood vessels are everything in blood, but red blood cells is what we're talking about now. Inside a red blood cell is hemoglobin, and the hemoglobin has an iron part, and that carries the oxygen. So oxygen is picked up in the lungs and is carried by the blood on the iron portion of the hemoglobin in red blood cells. So oxygen diffuses through the thin walls of capillaries into every cell of the body. So it comes from the lungs. Things tend to go from high concentration to low concentration. So you've got a bottle of perfume here, and you've got all this perfume. You open it up, stuff tends to come out. So from a high concentration to a low concentration. Hard to get it back to go the other way. So oxygen goes from where there's a lot, where you just breathed it in, into the blood where there's not so much, and then into the lowest concentration, which is the cells. So cells need oxygen for cellular respiration, so they're going to take glucose, which you got by eating, and the oxygen comes from the lungs, and you break that down to make some waste products, and then more importantly, you make ATP. Body cells produce CO2, which is a waste product, through the process of cellular respiration. So I'm going to draw that same thing, C6H12O6, plus the oxygen that we just used. And then here are your waste products, CO2 plus H2O, and again, I said more importantly, ATP. This CO2 is a waste product, and so that's a waste product made in every body cell. So that means the high concentration is in here, goes out to the blood, goes around the body, and into the lungs. I drew this as if it can go either direction. It's really going in one direction, but it will eventually get back to the lungs. So CO2 diffuses from the body cells to the lungs. To the blood and then to the lungs. So CO2 is released in the lungs. transporting nutrients and waste. Nutrients are picked up by the blood near the, so remember the answer to everything in the digestive system was small intestine, and it still is. And then it's delivered to the entire body. So this is inside the tube. So remember you've got a stomach and then this tube of small intestines. In the tube of small intestine you have these cool little things called villi, and the nutrients that are inside the tube here will go into the villi, into the blood. So the nutrients are going this way, right into the blood. Some of them into this thing called a lacteal, but it'll get to the blood eventually. Metabolic waste from each body cell enter the blood from all over the body. So if you're breaking down proteins, for example, you're going to make a nitrogenous waste, urea, uric acid. And these are dumped from the cells into the blood, and then they're filtered by the blood by this organ called a kidney, that's this thing, and excreted as urine. So blood goes into the kidney. Inside a kidney there are a billion, well, actually there are, 1 million nephrons, I think, in each one. So a bunch of little tiny filters, and they filter out the blood. And so the good stuff goes back into the blood, and the bad stuff goes in here in the ureter. So the pee, the urine, is taken from the blood, and it's sent down the ureter to the bladder, and then you pee it out. That's the urethra. Detoxifying blood. Toxic materials in the blood are changed into non-toxic forms when they pass through the liver. And so if you remember that lab we did a little bit ago, we had, what was it, hydrogen peroxide. That's something that is somewhat toxic. A little bit of it won't kill you, but when your cells make too much of it, it can kill you if you have too much of it. So your body breaks it down to water and oxygen, and I think, let's balance this out. The enzyme is catalase. Hold on, Davey. So the enzyme is catalase. We got that from leeks. You can also get it in your liver. And then the last one, second to last one, transporting hormones. Most of the body's activities are coordinated by hormones that are secreted into the blood. That are secreted by glands into the blood and travel to target organs. So for example, here's the adrenal glands, here's the pancreas, ovaries, testes, there's the thymus involved with the immune system, the thyroid involved with metabolism. Here's the pituitary gland, it makes a ton of different hormones. The pineal gland makes melatonin so you can sleep. So let's talk about insulin, for example.
Is melatonin triggered by, like, if you see the sunset, though?
It's triggered by light and dark rhythms, yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. So, like, if you stay inside of the sunset, then it won't.
It can definitely get messed up, definitely. All right, so the pancreas makes insulin, and so that insulin is secreted into the blood. And then from the blood, it travels around the whole body. It affects your muscles, and your muscles will take in glucose, but it does not affect your brain. Your brain takes in glucose whether there's insulin around or not. So a target organ is an organ that has the right receptors on its cells for that particular hormone. Okay, quiz time. Circulation to the lungs is called pulmonary circulation. So you want to pause this so you can get the right answer.
These little. Tell them that after the first question.
Well, they should know this by now. These little air sacs in the lungs are called, and the answer there is alveoli.
Oh, I actually don't know.
Circulation to the body except for the lungs, so to all the body systems, is called systemic circulation.
So lungs are not part of your body in that case, then?
Well, they are, but the rest of the body besides the lungs. David, you're going to do this one. Why is almost half of the volume of cardiac muscle tissue... Why is almost a third of the volume of cardiac muscle tissue made up of mitochondria? Is it because mitochondria make ATP? ATP is the energy chemical that all cells use. If the heart gets tired, you are in big trouble. Or all of the above.
D.
Very good. Oh, he's good, isn't he? That's an important question.
That was kind of funny for a minute there. I was like, I don't know.
All right, see if Davey can do this. Where is the highest concentration of oxygen? In your lungs, in your blood, or in your body cells?
Lungs.
Nice job.
Unluckily, it should all be put into the blood.
Well, you can't get more into the blood than is in the lungs, though, right?
No, so, I mean, like, it should all get into the blood, but it doesn't.
So. Well, you just go from a high concentration to a low. Once it evens out, you're done.
But also, some of the oxygen doesn't actually get absorbed, though.
It takes some time, and you're always breathing in new stuff. So why is the oxygen at its highest concentration here? Is it because that's where it's brought into the body, or that's where it's used up?
That's where it's brought into the body.
He's good, isn't he? Where is the lowest
Were
concentration?
you just not getting that? I was trying to ask him, and I think that's what.
I don't know.
Okay.
The kids are outside waiting for me, so I'm trying to get through
Okay,
this.
sorry.
Okay. So where is the lowest concentration of oxygen?
The vessels? So no, not the vessels, the cells.
Very good. The body cells. He's good, isn't he?
Because
Why?
there's so many cells in the.
Well, why is oxygen at its lowest concentration there?
Because being transported in the vessels and there's multiple cells to have the oxygen.
There's only A or B. Ready? That's where it's brought into the body, or that's where it's used up.
Because it's used up in the cells.
Good. Why is
but
it
when
used
it
up?
goes in there, it's not being used up. It's when it gets in there.
Well, why is it? Well, because there's a lower concentration. It just goes from high to low. High to low. Why is it used up here? What's the process?
Oxygen is needed for aerobic respiration.
Oh my gosh, he's good, isn't he?
Aerobic respiration. So.
Yeah, aerobic cellular respiration. So it's a reactant, so you need the oxygen. Nice job, Davey. In which direction do things usually move?
It depends if you're in a plane. Okay, sorry.
Low to high or high to low concentration?
High to low.
Yeah, good.
But then it's not high anymore.
Show me the direction of oxygen with your finger. Oh,
okay.
So, yeah, he's helpful, isn't he? Sorry. Depending on which way this blood is flowing. All right. Oops, I guess I do that for you. Where is the highest concentration of CO2?
I think probably in your lungs, too.
Nope. Things go high to low. Where is the CO2 made?
It's made in you, but there's a lot of CO2 in the air.
Yeah, what, 2% or something?
Don't you breathe in some CO2?
Sure you do.
Yeah. But isn't it, like, almost immediately taken care of once it's in the body cells, too?
Well, what happens to the CO2? Where in your body are you making CO2?
In your cells.
Every single body cell?
But then it gets transported out.
It does. Yay!
Okay.
So it goes from high to low, low to lower. Okay, so why is I know, I should have turned that off. Why is carbon dioxide at its highest concentration in body cells? Because that's where it's made by cellular respiration, that's where it's made by photosynthesis, or that's where it's released out of the body.
We definitely perform photosynthesis, not just joking.
That's where it's made by cellular respiration. Good.
I already mentioned cellular
Where's the lowest concentration of CO2?
Actually, I mentioned aerobic respiration, not cellular.
Let's see if he can do it.
Where's the lowest concentration? I know the answer should be the lungs, but it should be. It is the body.
I know, no one likes this either. Why is it's true? Why is carbon dioxide at its lowest concentration in the alveoli?
If the oxygen is going that way, then like it.
The oxygen is going this way. That is very true.
So it's going from high to low. But if that way is low, then how is it going to high?
So this is the lowest concentration of oxygen. This is the highest concentration of CO2. Do you see?
Yes, but why would CO2 separate itself from oxygen like that?
Because they're different things. So why is CO2 at its lowest concentration in the alveoli? It's because that's where you get rid of it. So you're constantly letting it out of the body.
Unless you smoke.
In which direction do things move, Davey? Low to high or high to low?
It depends if they're fighting the wind.
He's such a pain, isn't he? He's a pain. We love him anyway. High to low. Show me the direction of carbon dioxide.
Okay.
Yeah, he's helping, isn't he? You can all see what he just did. All right. Where are hormones? Okay, Davey, come on. Where are hormones made?
Why did you just add on the glands? That wasn't there before.
I know, because I'm a bad person.
That wasn't there before.
Okay, so good job, David. They're made in endocrine glands, like the pancreas, like the testes.
Yes, it was an endocrine gland. I wasn't trying to avoid the question.
How are hormones transported?
They're transported through the alveoli. No, okay, they're transported through the blood vessels.
He's good, isn't he? What is a target organ? The part that makes the hormone, the part that delivers the hormone, or the part that's affected by the hormone? What's the target?
The one to the left that doesn't have a name.
It doesn't really have a name on here, but
the one to the left that doesn't have a name right there.
Okay, this is the target. Yay! The part that's affected by the hormone. So if you
the target that's in red on the side.
Yeah. So if you
sorry, I'm just thinking it's the one that it's C.
Yes. So if you have a bow and arrow or no gun, I guess, and you're target practicing, the thing
and you shoot the fake deer.
You shoot the fake deer. You shoot the target. Good. So the target is the thing that's getting the hormone affecting it. Where is nitrogenous waste produced? Notice I added kidneys too before you yell at
Oh,
me.
come on!
Where is the nitrogenous? Careful here. Where is the nitrogenous waste produced?
Definitely in the cells.
Very good. Oh, shoot. Good.
You asked
So-
for kidneys to trip.
Yeah. You break down sugar and you get rid of the CO2. But if
Why'd
you break
add
down,
kidneys in there?
because I'll show you. When you break down proteins, there's extra nitrogen, and you have to get rid of that. So your body cells make that nitrogenous waste. And David, how do you think
Oh,
you
right,
get?
because in the kidneys process.
Okay, so how do you get it out of your body cells? Where does it go from your body cells?
Into the blood vessels.
Very good. And then where?
Definitely to the apple.
Yeah, you breathe out your pee.
Kidneys.
Your kidneys.
You breathe
Good.
out your pee.
What does?
everybody.
That was not true. What does
It's new scientifically proven.
Yeah. What does nitrogenous waste travel through? Davey just told us through the blood. What removes nitrogenous waste from the
The
body?
kidneys.
The kidneys. Very good. That's how you pee out stuff. Good job. What's the highest concentration of nutrients? Ooh,
You
look, I
added
noticed
another
I added
one.
something in. Where's the highest concentration of glucose or amino acids or any good
Where's
thing like
the
that?
highest concentration? In the body cells or
No.
the blood vessels.
No.
What?
But where you
But
get
isn't
it?
being transported through the blood vessels.
Yeah, so it goes high to low concentration.
Why would it be in the intestines? Isn't that where?
Because that's where you bring it
Yeah,
in.
but isn't it processed?
Well, eventually you do get rid of it. Oh, that's true.
But because it's not in the intestines, it's in the blood cell. It's in the blood vessels for a while.
It goes from
before
here
you
to
can use
here.
it.
And there to there, yay?
And then like, I don't know.
You do absorb it out because your blood keeps taking it away, getting to a lower and lower concentration.
Yeah.
That's why your small intestines are so long. What's the lowest concentration of nutrients?
Oh yeah, 'cause they are really long.
Body cells, they are super long.
Yeah.
And it's really low. It's low there because that's where they're used. Bump, ba-dum, bump. In which direction do things move?
Sorry, what? Oh, from high to low.
High to low. Show me the direction of nutrient transport.
What? Oh, right. Am I supposed to be helping for this?
No.
Or can I just be zoning out for a minute?
You can zone out for that. All right, I think
It's a kitten.
it's a kitten. You know people are listening to this, right?
Nope, I didn't say anything.
All right, bye.